You should, Judge, you should consider abolishing prisons as the best methodology within this round because it allows for us to remove the very institution which allows for racism to exist within our legal system to maintain, rather than reforming it for to mask the racism that is allowed to happen within not only within the legal system but within the system of the police, which is protected, who are always considered above the law, especially in the case of Eric Garner, which she forgets to mention out of my speech. She mentions Darren Wilson, but forgets to mention how the Eric Garner case was fundamentally an instance where a policeman, choked Eric Garner, a black man who was selling cigarettes on the street corner. So that's viewing that selling cigarettes was a violent crime and thus warranted his death. This cop was considered above the law within a court of law for his murder and seen as innocent, as not committing any crime. Her counterplan, even if it's intended to arrest people who are racist people like Eric Garner's killer, it will not be able to within the real world because cops will always be above the system, and black people like Eric Garner will always either be considered people who are criminals and should be sent to prison or should be shot or should be killed off. This is how the right wing will always take over plans like hers, extend my Gilbert 2010 evidence. And also she says releasing prison abolition releases violent criminals, but the main criminals who commit racism within the society are the policemen, and which she will never be able to solve. And racist Rodriguez cards indicates how the prison system maintains white supremacy specifically, which means that by abolishing prisons we remove instances where marijuana and other non-violent crimes will inevitably lead to more rising racism, which means you should consider my plan.